Ass.
Ooh, what else?
Titty.
Ooh, what else?
Welcome, everybody, to the Plumes of Hazard. I, as always, am your host, Thanks for Vapor. Ooh, and I got a shirt on, sorry. And right down there to my left is the lovely, talented Fu Baka, and that's it. Just the two of us.
For now.
For now. The other guy's running late. Everybody. Okay, so Fu and I were distracted starting it up, and I haven't even been looking at chat. I'm sorry. Are there any German vaping? Yeah, dude. Who was the classic? There was he was like a Navy guy. Way back in the day. I'm talking like way back. What was his name? Holy crap! What was that guy's name?
Reviewer?
Hmm?
Reviewer?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a reviewer, a German-speaking reviewer from way back. I don't know if he still does a thing. Navy lifeguard. There you go. Thank you, Tomas. He already said it. I was scrolling back to see the history, and he's already got it covered. Way to go. Navy lifeguard was cool.
Oh, the name sounds familiar. I don't remember watching any of his videos, though.
It would have been like 2013, 2014 kind of era, I bet. He did. I seem to remember watching him do like mesh builds and stuff like that, and then I think he may have been one of the first guys that I watched build a Kaifun or Kaifun way back in the day. Yeah, he did exit. He did exit early for sure.
I remember like the first two vape videos I watched were Scott Bonner and Rip Trippers on the Ricardo videos. So that much I do remember.
I was I think some of the first ones I watched was Todd and Grim reviewing Cardos way back in the day.
It was probably around the same time that I was watching those Bonner videos,
Yeah.
the Bonner and Rip videos.
Well, back then Bonner reviewed stuff that was when I watched his stuff, it was for entertainment. It was not like looking to buy stuff because he reviewed stuff that was way more expensive than I wanted.
I think I was watching him do like an e-liquid review.
Yeah.
It was like some tobacco juice, and he was vaping it on a Cardo.
Right. And it would be, somebody's connecting to audio. Oh shit.
I'm working on it.
Hello.
I don't know if anybody can hear anything.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can't see you.
Can't see you.
I'm working on that too.
Just fucking click on start video.
So yeah, no, that was back when Scott had his messed up front teeth, and would do who would blow the O's and talk about how the throat hit and stuff. Hey, what's up?
There you go. I just did a
What's up?
Scott.
Did you?
I've never I didn't have anything set up over here before.
I was gonna say it appears that you've moved rooms.
I'm in a different place.
Oh, all right.
I mean, I'm not in a different place.
Right, but you're in a different place.
In a different angle.
Right.
More than I am a different place.
All right.
Are we on or are we not on yet?
Oh, we're on.
We're on.
Oh, well, what up?
Oh, did you get a new Boston Scally cap?
I've had this one for a while.
Have you? Okay.
I like this one a lot, though.
I need to get another one so that my Scally that I've been wearing for a while is is a single panel one, which
Okay.
I really quite like. It looks really nice. But I've been wearing it for, I don't know, like a year or two now, and it's starting to wear. I mean, it's starting to get a little pilly in places, and like where on your bill when you pull it down, it's starting to, it's just starting to wear. And
That's fair.
it's not like this guy, and probably like that one, which is textured. You can wash it, no big deal. That one's like almost like slacks kind of material, right? It's like really nice.
This
looking.
one has its own little problem though.
Oh yeah, what's that?
Hold on. So this one has the little problem of like it's got a nice velvet inline, but it's also got like a big plastic logo on it that sticks to my bald ass head.
So, to that note,
which is kind of a problem in and of itself.
So this is one of the very few things I could find that was a problem with this hat. Nice hat. Nice. You're not even going to be able to see it. It's nice and just because it's just black. But on the inside, it's not plastic. It's like silkscreen stuff, right?
Yeah.
But
Which
it got real hot
those.
last summer, and I was a little sweaty, and it started to like melt, basically. Like it put green shit on my bald head. Besides,
yeah,
that's
I've been
a
kind of
good hat.
slowly trying to peel off the kind of plasticky thing, and just I'd like look. I appreciate big logo, whatever, but honestly, just straight up, just give me like just the satin inlays is perfectly fine. Like it doesn't need a logo on it. That screws up my head.
Right.
They're not very bald progressive.
Or the silk screening that will melt in Texas heat.
Yeah, not very bald progressive. Personally, it's ridiculous.
Well, I can't imagine if I had hair too. It would have gotten like that green shit would have gotten my hair. That would have been terrible.
Oh, that's true. Although your hair isn't exactly putting off the same kind of like heat.
That's true. Probably.
Right? So it's probably not a not bald person problem.
That's probably
To
true.
be completely honest.
Probably true. Although it would be as damp eventually. I mean, it wouldn't be in normal situations, but in Texas in the summer it gets pretty steamy. It's pretty steamy in there.
Yeah, that's fair. But I would guess it's less of a bald person problem.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing. I just woke up, and this is the first time I've ever done anything on this setup. So this is the first time I've had the chance to like even look at any of this.
Yeah, you're fine. Looks good.
It looks a little washed out.
You're a little washed out. You're a little dark, just in general. Like your exposure needs to go up a little bit.
I mean, my room is a little dark.
Oh, okay.
In general, like because I I basically light my room with those lights over there. So, my room is a little dark by nature. But
So did you say you were in the same room still? You're still in your same
yeah,
office?
I'm in the same room.
You just like rotated 90 degrees? or
I'm
what?
on the Windows computer.
Oh, you're on the Windows.
I took one of our very own's words of wisdom and decided that I would try out a Go XLR. Mainly because it has a bleep button.
That's
personally,
nice.
I just think that's really fun.
That is nice.
It's also a little bit smaller, and it can do some
really like vocal effect kind of things.
Man. You sounded a little demon-y just then.
Alvin!
Theodore? Was Alvin,
yeah,
Theodore,
it's just amusing.
what was the other one?
Simon,
There you go.
Alvin, Simon, and Theodore. But you can't do the high-pitched squeaky voice without yelling Alvin.
Right.
That's just not right. Although bad news.
Although what?
There's bad news.
Bad news?
I'm on my last liter.
Ooh.
I don't know what happens after that. I suppose I need to really start thinking about quitting.
Yeah.
Because I think once that liter's gone, I'm fucked.
We've been talking about it for weeks that
I was going to say what happens because Bombies is going under too, right?
Yeah. And well, we've been talking for like a month about what to do, what we're going to do. We just haven't done anything to do it yet.
Oh, you mean with our stuff? Or
Yeah,
with
with
or
our
us
stuff in order to get
personally?
that fixed.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think
We need to move forward with that.
I'm one of the only people. Well, yeah, we just need to reach out to people.
Yeah, I know.
Like, that's all.
I know. Been crazy.
It has.
Fusty says
agree.
there's no damn Stetsons. Yeah, that's so. My new client is in the greater Pennsylvania sort of area,
Okay.
and they were asking recently. They're like, "All right, fest to it, Brian. How many pairs of cowboy boots and hats do you have?" I said, "Precisely 0 of both."
And they don't believe you?
Yeah, I don't think they believe me. Like,
I wouldn't believe you either.
like, dude, I go barefoot. I wear steel-toed Docs when I'm on my bike. Flip flops sometimes when it's real hot. That's about it.
I got a bike recently.
You got a bike recently?
Yeah.
What?
Not the kind of bike you're thinking.
Oh,
I got a
a
bicycle.
bicycle. What sort
But
of
it's
bicycle?
dope. It's amazing. I love it. Because it's a pedal assist
Okay.
electric bicycle.
Okay. Well, the Discord
Um,
guys have been going off on electric bikes for a while.
It's freaking awesome. Like last weekend I did a 30-mile ride.
Damn.
And I'm in no shape to do a 30-mile ride.
Right.
But that little bit of assist really does make a big difference to go a lot farther.
Yeah, I would
Like,
imagine.
to have a much longer ride. I basically rode 15 miles to a place for pizza and then 15 miles back,
All right.
which is like Fat Kid 101 for if I'm going to exercise, I get food.
Right. So how does the assist work?
So the bike that I have, it's all programmable. And
Okay.
it's a torque sensor, so it's based on how hard you pedal.
Okay.
But I can go into like a phone app that connects to the bike over Bluetooth, and I can set the assist level. So I can say like level 1 is like 10%, level 2 is 25, level 3 is 100 or whatever. I can basically set the assist levels to whatever I want, which is really nice because it means that I can go, I didn't really get much of a workout that time. I'm going to drop my level 1 assist level.
But
And
you
then
have
I'll
to get
keep
your
level
phone
2
out?
for bigger hills. No, like you do it like before a ride.
Oh, okay.
Not like during or after, right? Like I'm not changing my assist levels mid-ride. I'm doing it trying to pre-ride
Okay. So how does
or just not using it.
I mean, you're obviously doing the normal action of a bicycle, right? So does it help you go faster, or does it just help you push harder?
Significantly faster.
Okay.
Because basically, based on how hard you push, it adds motor power to it.
Okay.
So the bike that I have is a class 3, so it's rated up to 28 miles an hour. So like the motor supports up to 28 miles an hour.
With one of you on there, or like a kid
With
on
one
there?
of me on there, yeah.
Okay. So it does help you push harder, but also maybe faster too.
Significantly, yeah.
Okay. 'Cause I would think that the force placed on the pedal would be more important than the speed.
So it's the speed. It doesn't like how fast you pedal. That's a cadence sensor.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's cadence sensors and then there's torque sensors and then there's some combination of the two of them.
Yeah.
My bike is primarily a torque sensor,
Okay.
so it's based on how hard you're pushing, but it's adding power to the drivetrain, which is what's making you go faster. You're pushing the same hardness, but you're going faster because of it.
Does it have normal gears, like a
Yeah.
10
Yeah, I
speed
have
or
9
whatever?
gears on the bike too.
Okay. Matt,
that I can switch
how would that
between.
work with the assist? That's what I'm trying to figure out, how it feels. You know what I mean?
Assist just makes it feel like, if you think of like, like you're going up like a slight hill on a
Mhm.
bike and it's like a pain in the ass,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like just enough of an incline to be a pain in the ass that you need to shift down.
Mm-hmm.
The assist kind of makes it feel like you're going on a slight downhill.
Right.
Not enough that you cannot pedal,
Right.
but enough that it's easier.
It's
and
less of a problem. Yeah.
It's less of a problem. Yeah.
No,
I did an 8-mile ride with pretty much no assist yesterday other than the big hills. And like, it's a huge difference between a little bit of assist just to even out those slopes
Yeah.
versus not. Plus it's a big cruiser bike, so it's got big ass tires. So there's a lot of road friction to it too.
Right. So, by the way, just to be clear, I was not saying or suggesting I ride my bike on sandals. No, that's what I have my steel toe docks for that. I was just saying that if it's real hot, I'll wear sandals. Period. Right?
I ride
as
my
shoes,
bicycle with
not
sandals.
on the bike. Yeah, no sandals on bike. That's stupid.
I
Don't
ride
be
my
stupid.
bicycle with sandals.
Oh, a bicycle. Okay, that makes sense.
Although one of the first mistakes I made was I got a pair of mountain bike pedals,
Mhm.
which are awesome with how they really just clip you in. Like they're not clip-in pedals, right? But they
Grippy.
seat you and they grip.
Yeah.
But also, like if your leg bumps them, goodbye
Mhm.
to your whole leg. So like my right leg is all fucking jacked up
Okay.
just from a few run-ins with those pedals.
Hmm.
So I switched them.
So you switched them. What
Oh
kind?
hell yeah!
What
I don't,
brand did
I don't
you
need
go
my
with?
leg to be bloody all the time.
No, that would be bad.
I had a set of like Crank Brothers big oversized pedals that were really nice because I got big ass feet. I switched to like a pair of Shimano flat pedals for commuter cycling, which are really nice. I like them a lot. They're still fairly grippy,
Yeah.
a little bit smaller, but still a decent size. And they don't like scratch up my legs horribly, which is really nice.
I didn't really mean what kind of pedals you have. I was asking what kind of bike you have.
Oh, I have a Specialized.
The what?
The brand is Specialized.
Specialize?
Yeah,
All right.
they're one of the 3 big brands like that I can actually get serviced at local shops.
Okay.
It's a Turbo Como, which is basically a cruiser bike.
Mm.
So upright seating position, big comfy seat,
Right.
but electric assist and a big ass battery in it. So I mean, I get support for about, with my size, arguably about 40 to 50 miles. But as that drops, it'll go up and up.
Yeah.
Theoretical support up to like 80 miles.
If you're just on the assist lightly or whatever.
Yeah, and for a light person.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty decent. So, how long does it take? I mean, like overnight to charge it back
No,
up?
3 hours, 4 hours.
Okay. Fair enough.
So not too long.
Fair enough.
But I think the lowest I've had it was, I did the 30-mile ride, and I think I still had near on 50% battery left with the way I was riding. We have a trail nearby called the WOND, or the Washington Old Dominion Trail,
Okay.
which basically goes from out in the boondocks all the way into DC pretty much, and it's a bike trail, like a paved bike trail.
Cool.
It's a 38-mile paved bike trail that takes you like I'm about 2 miles or 3 miles away from an entry point, which I have paths and back paths all the way to it, which is nice.
Mm.
But I can get on there and I can go to a bunch of different bike shops. I can go into different town centers and other towns and basically get anywhere I want to go just by hopping on that trail and riding. Like one of the reasons why I started riding a bike is because my area is very bike friendly.
Yeah.
We've got bike trails everywhere.
Trails and probably bike lanes and stuff on your road. And that
Well,
kind of
yeah, well, we don't have bike lanes. We have like the big paved sidewalks
thing.
that are made for like bikes or people
Okay.
pretty much everywhere. So the problem is then you like go, oh, I'm going to go down this way. And then I'm going to turn, oh, never mind. This path just ended. Nobody picked it up again.
Mm-hmm.
So as I learn all these paths, I'm learning all these places that just ended, which has been fun.
Yeah.
This path died. Time to get on the road,
Mm-hmm.
which I try to avoid when I can because people are nuts.
I'm trying to figure out what Addy meant by his pizza bike. I don't understand pizza bike.
I have a thing called a pizza rack on the front of my bike.
A pizza rack?
Basically just a big flat front rack that I can put stuff on.
To carry pizzas?
I mean, theoretically, I could carry a pizza.
Okay.
I don't know how well it would come in when it's done, but theoretically, I could carry a pizza.
Right. I was going to ask you about the bike. Oh, that's what it was. Got to ask you about security. So you're out and about. You roll up to a bike shop, or not, maybe a bagel shop or whatever,
Mhm.
right? What do you do with your bike?
So I have 2 different locks that I can travel with. One that's on my bike all the time and a big U-lock. And then I have a 4G or a 3G enabled alarm and GPS unit
Okay.
as
Okay.
well.
And that's like hidden somewhere, I suppose, on the frame or
That
something.
one's actually not hidden. It's security bolted to the frame.
Okay.
So like you need a security screwdriver to take it out. But when you arm it, if it senses jostling, the alarm will go off,
Yeah.
and it'll send you a text message because it has its own data plan basically.
Okay.
And it shoots you a text message and it goes, "Yo, your bike just moved."
Yeah.
And then it turns on the GPS and it goes, "This is where your bike is going."
Do you arm it on the device itself, or like through your phone, or how do
Through
you
your
arm
phone.
it? Phone.
Through your phone.
Okay.
I mean,
is
it's
that like
rough.
a Bluetooth thing?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a bit rough, prospectively, but it's not bad.
Okay. No, that's good,
Like-
and that's what I was wondering, right? Like on a motorcycle, you have like 4 clocks, right? And
Mhm.
if your bike weighs 800 pounds,
Oh yeah,
and you lock the forks, you're probably it's
So
going to
I've-
be a lot of effort to steal it, right?
I've been lucky so far. Anytime I've gone somewhere to do a thing,
Yeah.
like to go eat or something, I've either gone with somebody else. So I've either went with wife and kid, or I've went with a friend. And basically, the rule has just been somebody stays outside. Like, you wait outside, I'll go order. I'll come outside, you go in and order, and then we just watch the bikes that way.
Okay.
So we've done that a lot too, just because we have 2 people
Right.
and we can.
What's it? Does it weigh like 150 pounds or something? Is it quite heavy, or
My bicycle, 54 pounds, which is quite heavy for a bike.
that? Yeah, for sure. I didn't know if it was like a real heavy thing or whatever.
I mean, 54, which is heavy.
Yeah.
But I mean, the battery's 7 pounds, or 7 or 8 pounds. The motor's 7 or 8 pounds. Like,
Right, but if a jackass wanted to come and lift it and toss it in the back of his truck,
they
Pretty
theoretically
easy.
could. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's liftable. 54 pounds is liftable.
mm-hmm. Oh,
The harder part is securing. I have 2 different child trailers. I have like a child bike and a child trailer, and that's the harder thing to secure. Like, child stuff is a bitch,
yeah, and probably really expensive.
but it's not cheap.
Yeah.
But I mean, the kid likes going. One of the ones, she sits in a chair and she can pedal with you.
Oh,
which
really?
surprisingly generates a lot of extra power.
No kidding.
Like, it really like helps move you along when you got a fucking kid with boundless energy behind you pedaling
Right.
as fast as you possibly can for 8 miles or 10 miles or whatever.
I mean, they're basically a little fusion
That's what I'm
generators,
saying, right? So you put one behind a bike, give them a wheel, and give them a set of pedals. Like, they'll help you go.
Right, and like a candy bar.
Yep.
Just have a sugar line right to their gullet.
Yeah.
Just
Right.
feed
That was
them.
that was the Sunday one. We basically went for a 10-mile round trip to get ice cream.
Nice.
Like, just ride down to the next town, and then ride back up to.
Oh, what's
an ice
wrong,
cream
honey?
shop.
You feel tired? Here, ice cream. Go.
Yep, ice cream. Now you can help push us back.
Right.
And I mean,
funny.
it's a surprising
Like
amount
I
of
said.
power a little kid can put out.
So you want another half hour of iPad time?
Yeah.
Pedal.
Pedal.
But then we also have just like a sit-in trailer that you just relax and take in the sights from too. Because I'm not going fast on the one that she has to pedal, because every time she pedals, if she starts rocking back and forth, and that all wants to tip me off balance.
Yeah.
I had about 23 miles an hour like that, and I said no faster than this.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
Like, it's too unstable to go faster.
That's
than this.
pretty fast.
The bike that I have supports 28 miles an hour, and I've gone in the 30s probably on it so far. So I mean, it's a quick bike.
Yeah.
The
No,
kid attachment definitely changes that dynamic.
for sure. So
It's been fun being able to like pick her up from school on a bicycle, though.
yeah, dude,
She thinks it's a lot of fun.
that's pretty awesome. Especially so you can. Does your bike have another seat, like a motorcycle would, or no? Like a
No, I
pillion
just
on the back
pop
that you
on
can.
one of the back trailers,
Okay,
which bounce everywhere over every bump when there's no weight in them
I'm sure.
until we get to the school.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure. The what was I trying to think of? The attachment to your bike, is it like a hard trailer hitch style thing? So
One goes underneath my seat post,
Mhm.
like on my seat post, and clips in, and then one has a special through axle on the back tire.
okay,
And clips in on a through axle on the back tire.
okay. I was wondering how she could generate thrust.
Oh, because she's got her own back pedal. Like,
Mhm.
it puts her into a chair, and then she's got pedals in front of her.
Yeah.
And a chain with her own back wheel.
Oh, okay. So she's pounding her own wheel. Okay.
Yeah, so she's pedaling her own wheel, which is helping push us all along.
Yeah, if nothing else, taking up her slack, right?
Wait, I came in half of this conversation. Is your wife on the bike too?
My kid
Hers kid.
and
Well,
my
I know
I
you're-
mean, my wife has a bike too. Yeah.
No, I know your kid's on the bike, but is it like your wife, and then the kid back in the back with the wheel?
No, my wife has
Oh,
her
okay.
own bike.
Okay, I was like, damn,
the
dude.
designated kid.
Let me see
puller,
the size of your fucking calf, bro.
though, Right? I am the designated kid puller, though. So,
Gotcha.
Mm,
like, that is my job to
right.
pull the child. Well, I mean, the bike attachment where she can pedal only fits on my bike
Mm,
because
Yeah.
I need an extra large frame. My wife needs an extra small frame. So I have a little bit more space that way,
right.
and more weight on the bike in general because of it.
Is the capacity of your cells any different on your bike versus hers?
Larger.
Is it? Okay. I didn't know. I
Yeah.
just assumed, but I didn't know.
Yeah, they're different bikes too. So
Oh,
I have a
okay.
more powerful motor too.
Hmm. Gotcha.
There's just not the problem is there's not a lot of fucking options.
Yeah.
Like in that market,
Yeah.
I ended up with 2 bikes, and then one of them I'm going to end up selling because I bought what was available at my shop because there's nothing right now. And I went in and I was like, if in 6 months or so, I wanted to upgrade to something that fits me a little bit better.
Mm.
Could you order this bike for me? And they're like, yeah, not till 2022. I'm like, what? So I found a shop local that had one
Yeah.
in DC. And I was like, I guess I'm going to buy this bike from you because apparently you can't there's no inventory anywhere until at least 2022.
Yeah. Thanks, COVID. Right. One of the many
Yeah.
things. That
So
were-
I kind of just went out on a limb and was like, well, fuck it. I'm going to spend more money and get the bike that I know I want now. Otherwise, it's just not an option.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's incredible to me because like these bikes aren't fucking cheap either.
No.
I mean, these are way surpassing like the high end mod scene, right? That
Oh.
used to exist in vaping for the most part.
Oh,
You're in
also-
auction territory for that stuff.
Yeah. There's been all sorts of random outdoorsy activities and general hobby activities that have shot prices up with people stuck at home. and
You
stuff.
can't get outdoor stuff.
Right.
Like we ordered the kayaks last year, and it took over 6 months
Right.
to get them in. And we found one place that had them like on back order.
Hey, it was only 6 months. I feel like it was longer than that. I feel like you guys were waiting
Might have
forever.
been longer than 6 months. We didn't get them till like October,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
way out of season.
Yeah.
And we ordered them in like the summer.
Right. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking it was like 9 months since you. I feel like it was forever that
It
you
might have
told me
been.
about it.
And then, like, I went to go buy the kayak roof rack, and I was going to get the ones that lower down, and they were in stock over the winter. But when I went to go get them, no, you can't get them anymore. They're all back ordered way the fuck out.
Yeah.
So, like, we ended up having to get different ones because you just cannot get out. This gets a little bit nice outside. No more outdoor stuff for you.
Yeah. But so my little sister is about the same size as your wife, and she has a large kayak, kind of like what you have, and A, not only is it quite heavy, B, if you don't have one of those lowery things, which she doesn't either, like you were talking about the ones that lower it down, like I have to get up there, and I've got,
Oh yeah.
I've got it up over my head, and my little sister is not. She's not big enough. She's just tiny.
That's why we really wanted to get the lowering ones.
Right.
But
Yeah, I can see why.
those aren't an option.
Right.
There's a couple trailers that we looked at that would be pretty cool. But what I'm really excited about is my rower is getting delivered on Friday. That's been a 3-month wait.
Wow, that's quite a bit.
Like it was a 3-month back order on the rowing machine that I ordered. And that's finally getting delivered on Friday.
Is that right?
Yep. Very
Nice.
excited about that.
Nice.
So did you guys see that tasteyourjuice.com had a few little hiccups the past
No.
few days?
No, I didn't. What's
Yeah,
going on with Taste Your Juice?
I don't know if Phil forgot to pay the bills or what, but it was just going to your regular. I don't know if he's got a hosted GoDaddy or wherever it is or whatever, but it was just not loading, and he was pissed off.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then of course everybody's like, "Oh, it's not working. Oh, it's not working," and they probably DDoSed it by just going and looking at it. Let me see if I think I took a screenshot of it. Yeah, here we go.
I'm pulling it up right now. Oh, it's up.
Now.
Oh, was it not before?
No, here's and apparently it was something going on with DNS because certain people in certain parts of the US couldn't see it either. Come on, where am I going here? Here you go. It's in chat.
I'm pulling up the the screen share right now. Studio mode off, my screen share up. Yeah, so it's up now. But you said it was some sort of DDoS thing.
Yeah, no, I don't think it was DDoS. I think something happened where I don't know. To be honest, there's a picture in chat of Phil talking about it.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. Yeah, basically he says Taster Juice is still down. This was like 2 days later. And I'm about to pop a blood vessel. That's all. Thanks for the patience, which I have none. So I think he was having issues with it.
Sometimes he does look like he's gonna pop one anyway. So
I don't know if it was like the hosting company or if it was, whatever.
Sorry I missed your message on Slack.
Are you talking about me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're fine. I fixed it. I don't have Slack on the computer that I'm doing this from now.
Yeah.
Which means I didn't have Zoom either. I had to go install it and everything. Yeah.
I get messages in like 5 different places.
Yeah,
So no, I don't think Fu sent me one today on.
No, he and I were running our mouths. We were talking about Apple Watches and dumb watches, right before the show went live. So all of a sudden he was just like, "Yeah, we need to go," and I was like, "Oh shit!"
Did you talk about how dumb Apple Watches are?
that's what we were
You
talking
said
about.
you talked about Apple Watches, and then you talked about dumb watches.
So so this all started because last week I was talking to Chuff about buying a dumb watch because I used to own a G-Shock back in the day in college, and I was like, I'd like to have one again.
Yeah.
So I'm telling Chuff about it, and he's like, "Why don't you get an iPhone and an Apple Watch?" And I'm like, "Do you want to buy me one? That shit ain't cheap." So I ordered myself a G-Shock, this one, and I was showing Angsty my dumb watch.
Yeah.
Has a stopwatch and stuff. It's pretty cool.
A nice watch.
So I was telling Angsty, like, yeah, I'm like an Apple Watch. They started like 400 bones. It's like, really? And then we fell down the rabbit hole of looking at fancy Apple Watches and how fucking expensive they can get.
You could get them to $1,500.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. God, I think you can get them higher than that. To be
Yeah, I
honest,
think
they
it's
had
like
a couple
18.
special editions that were crazy
There was
money.
the most expensive one we were able to find was Hermes edition with a leather, Italian leather, whatever, which is
1,500, I think.
1450 or something like that. Yeah.
Well, so I had an issue where there was a friend that had not brand new Apple Watch, but started getting a message saying, "Hey, the update can't be performed on this. It needs 3.8 something gigs of space.
Yeah, you need 2.6 gig of space, and it won't."
Okay.
All
right, let's see. Yeah. All right, let's see. All right, let's see what you got on here.
Yeah.
No pictures, no music. He's like, I don't understand. All I use it for is to track my heart rate. Literally has one single fucking app installed on the whole watch, and the watch can't do the update. I'm like, that's bullshit. Typical Apple fucking. Well, I mean, it's old,
well,
but
I was
it's
gonna
not
say,
like,
if it's a Series 3 like mine, which is like 5 years old or something like that, right?
Sure.
You can still do it, but there's a trick, and the trick is you basically have to unsync your watch and then pair it. And then pair it back. And once you do that, then you can install it fine. But it is a pain in the butt to do. But that's what happens when you're trying to run a piece of 5-year-old tech.
Right. I mean, so we switched to the Series. I had a Series 3. We switched to the Series 5 last year.
Yeah.
Because of the better heart rate sensor and EKG and shit.
But still, I mean
all that
watch runs perfectly fine.
Yes.
And that's the thing. That's all he uses it for is
Right.
for heart rate, and that's it.
Yeah. And that's
All those new updates just came out for the Apple crap, which I think a lot of them are screwed up. The new iMacs look really fucking cool, other than the fact that they don't have the right screen size.
what?
They're only doing 24-inch.
What?
They don't have a 27-inch in the new iMac that they just dropped the other day. It's
No shit.
stupid.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That
It's
is
like
same
I honestly would have thought about the M1 iMac, but not at 24 inches.
Same shit that they did with the fucking MacBook Pro, going
stopped
from
doing
the
17.
17.
Yep.
Yeah.
Although I admit I like the 13-inch MacBook Pro. Like,
Yeah,
that's
but
my
dude, you gotta
preference.
admit that 17-inch screen was
The
dope.
17-inch screen
it-
was dope.
But they
Fuck lugging
stopped
that
doing.
thing
Well, first of all,
around.
they stopped doing the 27 or the 17 a long time ago. But the second thing is, it was big. It was a
Yeah.
I
big
used to have
laptop.
15 and that thing was gigantic.
Yeah.
That desktop, like their new iPad or their new fucking iMac is as thick as a fucking iPad. Like that's all
Is
the
it
thicker
really?
it gets. Oh yeah,
Wow.
dude. It's
Oh, shit.
fucking dope looking. Like it is so tiny.
So what
And
they're
it weighs
expecting,
almost
by the way,
nothing.
they're expecting the new MacBook Pros to adopt the old 4/12 style of
Oh,
phones.
yeah?
Yeah, the new MacBook Pros are supposed to be pretty dope in that, and also they're dropping the touch bar and bringing back function keys,
Nice.
and apparently rumored to bring back MagSafe power.
So
Yay.
I will almost
Still not
guarantee to
buying
you that
one.
that's going to happen because for no reason whatsoever, the new iMac has MagSafe power.
Oh, is that right?
For
What?
literally no reason.
So it's on the,
The
it's on the iMac,
has
but
a
not the
MagSafe
laptop.
connector.
It's like, oh, they're bringing back MagSafe, but
So
they can't
here's
Yeah.
your
use them
desktop, but
anymore.
just in case you
Yeah.
move it all the time, because why would you do that?
What in
I
the
know
hell?
people that work
MagSafe
that do.
connector, a magnetic charging cable.
See,
a
the
power
people are
cable.
going to be carrying their fucking desktop to Starbucks now.
Yeah.
In case so you don't
Dude,
trip.
no, I shit you not. I straight up saw a woman hook up her
There's no
iMac.
battery though.
I straight up saw a woman hook
So?
up her iMac at Panera Bread.
I believe
Yeah.
it. No, what I'm excited about out of this whole run of stuff though is the iPad.
Mm.
Because they switched the iPads off the A12s and they moved them to the same M1 that they're putting in the MacBooks and everything else.
Right.
Yeah, it's going to be snappy.
And in a fucking
It's gonna be real
iPad,
snappy, yeah.
they said they're looking at a 75% performance boost.
Yeah.
Switching the iPad to an M1. Like that's
Pretty bananas.
a fucking upgrade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you use that kind of horsepower on an iMac or on an
I mean,
iPad,
I
though.
totally don't
Yeah.
on the iPad. But
Right.
like that's still a big fucking upgrade.
Yeah, for sure. So I am cautiously optimistic. I do like the fact that they've been running their Apple chip, their Apple Silicon, on other things before they put it in the MacBook Pros. So hopefully everything's gonna get
I mean, they already
weeded out.
put it in MacBooks, right?
Hmm?
MacBooks in the
Yes.
um,
Just the,
honestly, if I was going to get another desktop, I would get a Mac Mini, probably before I got one of the new iMacs.
because of the display problem.
Because you can.
Well,
put a
because of the
bigger-
display size, but not only that, just because why not at
Yeah.
this point? Like, it's basically the same hardware in both of them. You're not getting a hardware increase. Like the old iMacs that were bigger, like my iMac Pro has a hardware increase over a Mac Mini. Now with the
Yeah.
M1 stuff, you're not getting hardware increases. You're not getting anything better.
Right.
I'd rather have the flexibility of monitor.
Sure.
Not that their displays aren't the prettiest displays that are out there, but when it's a fucking 24-inch, like fuck you.
Right. So I said the same thing, Tim. I never had a smartwatch until I was one of the I was one of the suckers that kickstarted the Pebble.
I loved the Pebble, man. I think you convinced me to get the
Yeah,
Pebble.
it was once it eventually shipped like a year later or whatever. It was actually a really cool thing. I was like, okay, I kind of get it. And then I got one of the not the first gen, but the second gen watch or third gen watch. That's what I waited to the third.
There was so much hype behind those Pebble watches.
Totally. Well, they were pretty dope though. I mean, with the
They were
e-ink
really good
display
watches,
and
yeah.
Yeah, and then
were
came
pretty cool.
Fitbit and fucked it all up.
Mm-hmm. But so the thing that gets me, and one of the things that I would finally consider, because besides that updating issue, Massey, as you brought up, because it is a pain in the butt, and it's been doing that for like the last year or two.
Yes, it's been what's
The only reason I would consider buying the newer watches would be the increased sensors and stuff for health stuff. Yeah, that's cool. But the one thing that I like is the always on display. I think that's really cool. But this one, it obviously wakes up when you raise your wrist or tap it, but the ones that are just always on all the time, is the Series 5 like that, Sean, or is it the 6 that does
The
that?
Series 5 still isn't the whatever the newest one is. It's still not an always on display. It's never gonna be.
Oh yeah,
Like-
the new ones. That's one of their features.
Is it?
Yeah, it's one of the features
Yeah.
of I think the 6.
Hmm.
Uh,
I feel like I probably.
It's a battery saving, always on setup.
yeah. There's I don't know what exactly they do to it. I assume they dim it maybe or something.
I'm looking at my watch now to see what it is.
Yeah. So the always on Retina's display is now 2.5 times brighter outdoors when your wrist is down. So even when you're exercising in the bright sun, you can still
Because
see
the
your
Series
metrics.
6 came out last year, right?
I don't know if it came out last year or this year. I'm not sure.
If it came out last year, I have whatever came out last year.
So that's the thing, is I wasn't sure if the 5 or the 6 did the always on thing. But that's besides the sensors things, that would be one thing that might be compelling for me to upgrade. But I probably won't until this thing dies. I mean, it's still fine. And
I
you
mean,
know,
for me, it was really simple. It was I wanted network, like cellular network on it,
mhm.
and that was really a big part of it, is wanting cellular network.
Okay. I don't mind. I've got my phone on me anyway. That doesn't bother me. I always buy the GPS one.
So it's nice for me when I go out and do other stuff. So like if I go for a bike ride or something, or
Yeah, I'll just stick my phone in my
know,
pocket. That doesn't bother me.
I put my music like on the watch and connect my Bluetooth headphones to the music, and I don't have to carry
Right.
the watch.
The newer series watches are unbelievable I'm talking about, the watches from last year are unbelievable when you pick up a call. Like my wife will pick up a call and it's like, I think she's on the phone.
It's just about
like,
good enough. It's on the phone.
That's
Even the
freaking
3 is not
unbelievable.
bad. It's really
Yeah.
not bad if your phone is
It's
nearby.
It's just crazy that they've gotten it that good
Yeah.
by just using the watch.
Yep.
Like,
Oh yeah.
dude, when you have the phone, your microphone's right here.
Yeah.
You have the watch. I mean, you're not going like this. You're just talking normal.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's pretty
I
impressive.
said it's in position. Over.
Yeah. It's Dick Tracy here.
That's
Only some of you will get that.
so. There's actually one more benefit when they were. Oh crap! Now I don't remember who it was. Whoever was talking about not understanding the phone or the watch thing.
Tim.
Whatever it was. There's now one better reason to have a smartwatch, and that's this.
Oh, the pay?
The Apple Card, that you don't have to unlock your phone or face recognition
Yep.
with a mask on. Double tap.
That's cool.
Boom. Done.
I agree with you. That's actually really nice.
It is super convenient.
Is that Apple Pay?
Yeah, but yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And you can use your Apple Card, but you can put a regular card in there too.
Well, no, but I'm saying, is that NFC? Like
Yeah.
you're touching the watch? Okay, gotcha.
Mhm.
Cool.
No, it's like online digital payment kind of thing.
Well, it's
So like you
NFC
say
too.
that you want to use Apple Pay somewhere, right? And then it pings your watch.
Yeah, but what I'm asking about is it NFC? Like
Yes.
you go to an NFC reader and you can just touch it and it'll pay, just like you would
Yeah.
with your phone.
yeah.
Yeah.
You
that's
double
awesome.
tap the side button, tap your watch to it, and it's done.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing, I mean, because obviously your phone does that too, right? You double tap
Yeah.
that button, you can slap this. But in order to use your phone, you have to use Face ID. And if you have a mask on, it doesn't work, right? This you don't. You just double tap and it's there, which I really like. I've actually found it to be very convenient. Obviously, this last year, zapping that. The only problem there's one issue with it. So there's some, if I'm going through like a drive-through getting some food or something, right? I'm a lefty, which means my watch is on my right hand, which means I'm trying to do this to pay. So, but if I'm in my car, I don't have a mask on, so I don't mind using my phone. But anyway,
Yeah.
So
That's
I am
one
a
of the-
Series 6, by the way.
What's that?
I have a Series 6.
Well, then you should have an always-on thingy.
I think it is, but I think one I never notice because
Okay.
I mean it's really like it lights up when you're looking at it.
Yeah.
And two, like it is like looking at it now, like with kind of like my hand flat sitting on the table, I couldn't read this thing when the light turns off anyway. Like I still need to raise it to me to see, and that's when it lights up.
Okay.
One of the
So like I just assumed that it continued to turn off because I can't tell the difference.
Okay.
one of the coolest things I like using the NFC for is using the UV key to unlock stuff on the phone.
Mm.
That's nice. You just hold it, good to go. If you have the NFC version.
The NFC version for what?
For the UV key?
What the hell's a UV key?
It's
UV is like a little tiny touch passcode device.
Oh, okay. That's
So,
not
like,
a
physical touch passcode device. So like you own a thing that you can plug into shit.
two-factor
And
stuff.
when you touch it,
Yeah.
it enters the password. It's
Okay.
not
So
two-factor. It's like
I use
single
Secure
factor.
ID. I use
Single.
RSA.
Yeah.
Okay. I just didn't know
Yes.
that brand.
Yeah. So YubiKey is not two-factor. Like the
Correct.
YubiKey replaces the authentication method.
Oh,
It's not like an additional factor. It is your authentication method.
okay. So my current client uses RSA, which pings my watch, but I also have
Yeah,
to
they
put
use like
I have to put a
like
password in
RSA to
too.
Duo two-factor authentication,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You put in your password, and then it gives you a ping, and then you hit approve.
right.
Yeah, that's 2FA. The YubiKey is like a hardware password generator replacement.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like you would log into Facebook physically with your YubiKey or whatever site you want, or Google or Gmail.
Yep,
Okay.
as long as the
Where-
sites support them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Or you
tap
like
the YubiKey, and
Right.
that counts as physical access. Only you should own that YubiKey.
Yep.
And
And
the downside
then-
is like if you have a YubiKey plugged into your phone and you lose your phone,
right. But that's sort of
somebody
Right,
essentially
well,
has access
isn't
to
that
all
less
your
useful
accounts.
than two-factor then? I mean, because it's supposed to be something you know and something you have, right?
Well, I mean, you should have both.
Right, you do. You
Realistic.
set them up with both. Like typically, you'll have password, and you cannot log in from any. Let's say, for example, if you set it, you can't log in from any new device.
Mhm.
Let's say
Yeah.
you're trying to log into a website. You can't log into any new device unless you have that UV key,
Okay.
and you better make sure. Like there are some sites that which is really good. I'm glad more sites are doing this. Is they allow you to remove two-factor to a text on a phone or an email or anything like that. You have to physically have that YubiKey, and that's like password managers. That's how I have password managers set up. If I don't have that YubiKey, I'm fucked. But you know what I'm saying. But I have two, right? Just
So
for that reason.
Yeah.
YubiKey is basically the next step up from a password manager. Ultimately, it's a physical token that puts in a digital passcode.
Okay. That makes sense.
And on
the
the
digital
phone, like
passcode is
I don't even have to
specific
plug
to
it in. You just touch it at the back. NFC enables
Right.
it. So or anything else that has NFC, and you can have multiple, devices set up like that too.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
really nice.
Oh, they're only
They're not
you only have to
expensive.
pay once for them. Yeah, you can get the
Yeah.
2-pack that has USB-C and USB-A for
Yep.
$100.
They're not horrendously expensive.
Yeah.
They're really cool devices.
They're pretty much. I mean, I don't want to say indestructible, but I've had mine on my keychain, the one I have on my keychain for a while, and it holds up really good.
Huh.
And
I
yours
was
is
gonna
one of the,
I was just gonna keister it.
and yours
they
is
can-
what one of the
The
NFC
Neo?
ones, Mast.
Yeah, the Neo,
Yep.
the 5 Neo, I think it is. But yeah, no, it's really nice. And then on the laptops, if you wanted to, you could have the one that's. I mean, it's literally like that big. You can
Yeah,
just
the
put it-
USB-C one
drive.
is super tiny, and
Tiny.
you just tap it, and
Tap
it just
it, yeah.
puts in a passcode string.
Yep. And fun fact, like, I mean, I don't know about the other ones, but the Neos have two. If you want to do a TOTP, you can have two of them saved on the key, and by how long you touch it, it knows which
Oh, it
one's
depends
which.
on which one you're using.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, it's really cool. So a quick touch is one of them. Long touch is another one. So, but yeah, and you can add it to, like, if you already use Duo and stuff like that, you could add that as the preferred authentication for Duo.
So
So
you use the YubiKey
Duo.
to log into Duo, and then a Duo pushes you on on the back end,
yep,
or RSA pushes you, or whatever
it is,
two-factor
yeah.
authentication method you have.
yeah,
It's a cool authentication method. It's something that, like, I don't use one in personal life, but I've used them in work life a lot.
Did you see the new AirTag thing they announced the other day?
I did. I'm mildly interested in it honestly, to like hide on the bottom of my bike,
Yeah. Yeah.
just as an additional thing to put there. And then if
Are you-
somebody steals my bike, I just have to hope that they have an iPhone.
Right.
Oh, you're talking about the availability to be able to use the low power Bluetooth.
Yeah. Low power
iPhone
Bluetooth
network.
trackers.
Yeah, you
Yep.
can actually set your own up. You don't even have to have an iPhone.
Yeah, you can
like-
use like a tile too.
Yeah.
But
Dude.
I'm potentially interested in getting one and like sticking it underneath the seat of my bike.
That network is. I saw a map of like when they were doing testing on how sensitive it is. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean that just goes to show you how dangerous low powered Bluetooth is.
Yeah. Yeah. Could be for sure.
I mean, well, we know about that, right, Sean? Because you know of badges.
badges.
Oh yeah.
Fucking
We don't need those thinking badges.
I still have all my badges. Like all my badges are still at the office that I haven't been to in over a year. I need to go get them. Although
yeah.
I'll tell you, Angsty, I'll tell you the game changer for me with the iPad was getting a cellular iPad. That made all the fucking difference.
All right.
Like, I would really I hope that at some point they do a cellular MacBook, because that would be super tempting. Because like cellular networks are actually getting pretty fucking fast.
They can be. Yeah. If you're in a metro area.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
They
you're
are
getting
fast,
300 by
probably.
300, give or take. Like it's not my gigabit at home, but it's fucking quick.
yeah.
So like I love having, like, the reason why I started traveling with the iPad instead of anything else is because it's cellular.
Hmm.
So like I'm at an airport. I don't got to connect to anybody's fucking shady Wi-Fi.
Right. Yeah.
I'm good.
You can hotspot your iPhone.
Yeah, I can, but like that's another step. Why the fuck do I want to do that?
I don't know.
That was a good face, Foo.
It's another step. And I mean, honestly, like I have the benefit of working for a mobile provider.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I pay basically nothing to have.
Tell them to send
other
you a
LTE
MiFi
devices.
then. Shit.
I have a MiFi too.
Tell them to up their fucking game with their MiFis, man.
Mm.
Why is it that all of them, they all do this shit? They suck.
Mm.
Some of these MiFis, you know, then they come out with the big battery ones. You're like, yeah.
Oh,
And-
wait. We still only allow you 60 gigs a month.
Well, not even
No,
that.
that's Comcast.
It's just like you go read the reviews of like the single. Let's say you want to do a 5G one, and you go read the reviews, and like there's already 300 and something reviews of people buying this thing, and they're like, "This thing's a piece of shit." I'm like, "Yeah, I remember getting one of those. I think it was literally 10 years ago.
Mhm.
I had a picture of the USB style MiFi that you plugged in, and the thing flipped up.
Yeah.
And that was 3G, you know. I had like a screenshot of like being able to do like 3 meg up and down or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, oversell. That's
Hmm.
pretty good stuff. But
Yeah, so I'm real interested in that tile. I think it's a neat idea. I have no idea exactly what I'd use it for, because I don't tend to lose my wallet or keys or anything like that. But I do think it's cool. Like it's a really interesting
well,
idea.
you're already used to you know, if you lose a phone or your watch or iPad or whatever, having that reliability of, okay, well, I can find it with my iPhone or whatever.
Find My
So-
it works so well
Yeah.
Yes.
and has for years. It's a great
And I mean,
piece
the
of
tag is the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Well, does the tag allow you to play sound to it?
I don't think the AirTag does sound.
Okay.
I think it just points you to it. I think it's here kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's a good question though. I'm not actually not sure exactly what it does.
So the tile, the company tile,
Yeah.
Yep.
those will play
We're
sound.
apparently one of the people antitrust suing Apple right now.
Oh, is that right?
Who tile?
I think so.
Hmm.
Huh.
Because they're considering that Apple, with them launching the AirTag, they're deprioritizing tile support.
Well,
or
and
something.
tile's been around for quite some time
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
They're deprioritizing support for anything but Apple.
Right. Except, you know, they're not preventing anybody else from doing it. They're just releasing a competitive product. and I think that's okay. If there's only one on the market, that would be a problem. If there's only two on the market, probably a problem.
Well, I also don't know that the deprioritization that they're talking about is really happening either.
Right. That's what I mean. I mean,
Like-
I think there's got to be room in that market for two products that do similar things, right?
So apparently what the AirTags do though is give you an almost perfectly set. So like if you're looking for your keys, it will give you an arrow and tell you
Right.
like turn this way and it's 20 feet that way.
Right.
No shit.
So
That's
like
pretty
apparently
good.
it's that fucking close.
Yeah.
Because
Like,
I
it'll
know
show you like 20 feet to your right.
I know right now, even with the Find My iPhone, like a dude lost it on the beach, and it got him close, but it was, you know, he had to play the sound and ask a bunch of people, "Hey, have you seen my phone?" And someone had found it and put it up on, you know, so it's not like that accurate.
No, it
Yeah,
gets you
so-
to the general area, and then you can play a loud ass tone on it, right?
Right.
So what the AirTag does instead is because it's assuming your phone is connected too, right?
Gotcha.
It apparently takes input from the camera, AR kit, accelerometer, and gyroscope to give you
Whoa.
precise directionally aware finding.
Dude, that is fucking pimp. That's absolutely
Like, that's
awesome.
super dope,
I'm gonna get one just to stick on my kid.
right?
Yeah.
Hey, you want a new sticker tattoo?
Well, that I
Just
mean, you're
get
not
a COVID
entirely.
vaccine.
You're not
I mean,
entirely
I'm
wrong.
definitely getting some for luggage. Like, there's no way I'm
Yeah.
not getting it for luggage.
Sure, that makes sense. So, like, you know, Big Clive, right? The YouTube guy, the Scottish guy, right?
Yeah.
He talked. This was a couple years ago. He released a video and talked in detail about his mom that he and his brother were trying to track because she was she had really advanced Alzheimer's and stuff, and she would just up and leave the house, and they couldn't find, you know, like it was bad kind of thing, like late stages before she passed. And he had obviously wired up custom whatevers, but he had started with little devices that were basically like a pager, like a GPS locator the size of a pager, and they would just stick them in all of our coats, you know, like in the pocket of all of our coats or whatever. And something like this surely would be even better. Surely,
Yeah.
but
So the other thing is when you like it doesn't go into the wide range Find My Network stuff until you tag it as lost mode.
right,
Mm,
And then if it is, it uses the whole Find My Network, like the billion devices or whatever. And someone can tap it using their phone or any NFC capable device, and they'll be taken to a website that gives you a contact phone number for the owner if there's one provided.
no shit.
dude,
Yeah.
that is very, very close to how the Tile works, because the Tile uses the phone's app and network.
Yeah.
Mind you, this was probably like 6 years ago that I messed with them. And if you come close to somebody else's Tile that's marked lost, it'll tell you, hey, you know, you're near a device that's lost. It's going to play a tone. Just listen out for it.
Now, do you have to have the Tile app installed for that to happen?
Yes,
Mm.
yes.
Yeah,
Well,
so
back then you did,
Yeah.
right? And I think you have to have the app installed to set up the Tile anyway.
So it's a network of Tile owners versus a network of Apple owners,
Correct,
All of
correct.
Apple owners.
which is gonna put Apple at an advantage.
sure,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Rifleman says that it does make a sound, by the way, the AirTag.
Nice.
Oh, does it? Okay, that I didn't see. Like,
Looks like you can start ordering it this weekend.
yeah, I mean, I'm
14.3.
gonna order probably 2 or 3 to be honest.
Yeah, it's hard to beat with. I mean, like for something like luggage, like you're talking about, it's a great idea for something like $29. Come on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, one of them's going. Honestly, one of them I'm fixing to the under seat of my bike
Yeah,
because
Oh.
that's just yet another thing that I can stick on my bike.
you can engrave emojis on it.
Wait, are they metallic?
I think they're metallic on one side, and then
Yeah,
the
they
other
have a
side,
metallic back. It looks like.
Yeah,
No shit.
but
All
the
right,
engraving
certainly.
goes on the white side.
Send it to me. I'll put a freaking dick butt on there.
Yeah. I
Although I will tell you, out of all of the things that I was mildly disappointed with that Apple put out recently, it was definitely the AirPod Maxes.
so I didn't actually watch the full thingy on the.
Well, no, the AirPod Maxes came out last cycle. The headphones.
Oh, okay. I thought you were
Like
saying
they're
a new one.
big studio quality.
Oh, those
studio
guys.
quality headphones.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I will use them because I like the hot swap ability.
Hmm.
Like I like the hot swap ability of the AirPods that I have now.
Yeah.
Like it's got the same hot swap ability and true wireless and everything. Quick switch between my two iPhones and my iPad and my computers.
Yeah.
But the audio quality for what I was expecting, where I was expecting like I was so impressed with the HomePod, right? Like the HomePod is such a good sounding
You've been a
speaker.
proponent of that for a while.
And I mean they just basically stopped selling the base HomePod. Like they're not doing it anymore,
Oh, really?
which makes me really glad that I have one. It didn't really sell
Hmm.
because it was expensive for a smart speaker, but not for a speaker that sounds that fucking good.
Yeah.
Like it's one of the cheapest speakers with that level of sound quality I've ever listened to. So coming into them putting out a pair of $500 studio headphones, I was thinking, well, you know, I mean, it's Bluetooth. It's not going to be as nice as like this pair,
Right.
but I have some expectations here that it's going to sound really good.
Well, for
And honestly,
$5, I hope so.
I don't really think they sound any better than like my Quiet Comforts.
Mm.
And that disappointed the shit out of me.
Mm.
They're heavier. They don't fold down as much, and my Bose headphones might edge them out a little bit in sound.
And they're $500.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, the Bose headphones are expensive too.
Well, yeah, but
It's not what I expected from them after something like the AirPods,
You're not going
or
to get better
after
quality
something
than
like the HomePod.
So
like
I
you-
thought they did, and you correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought they were still using that system as the base station for their home automation stuff.
Yeah, but you can also use an Apple TV
Okay, yeah,
or one of the AirPod Minis.
okay.
And I think they're going to continue, or they're going to continue to do the HomePod Minis,
oh, okay.
which are really good speakers too. They're like $100 little smart speakers. I have them like in my kitchen and all over the rest of my house. The big HomePod was just way more focused on that. The music from that fucking thing sounds really good. Whereas the HomePod Mini, the sound quality is not as good, but it's good. I'm in my kitchen and I say, you know, play music. It plays music and it sounds good.
Well, the HomePod's still on the website.
I think they're selling out the last few and then they're done.
Okay. But I thought I remember reading that the minis couldn't be the hub, so to speak. They could be.
I don't know. I think Apple TV is for most people.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't even know if you need a fucking hub for that shit though.
That's like what Samsung did. Samsung fucking phased out their V1 hub, and a bunch of people got pissed off.
Yeah.
And
You like this? You can't get it anymore.
Thing is I don't even know if like, do you really need? I don't know what you need the hub for anymore for home automation. Like everything seems to work fine with or without it.
Okay, well, I haven't gone down the route of a smart home thing in general, so I don't know. But I thought you had to have one thing to be the boss.
Tony
Maybe.
Danza?
But
Yes.
I mean, so
It's
all I
organic.
really have done at my place is my lights, and all my lights are mixed into Apple HomeKit. And, like,
Okay.
especially in my office, so I turn off and turn on my lights with voice command.
Mm. Well, maybe you're using like your phone or something. Maybe something's acting like the hub.
Yeah, I mean, it's my phone speaker that's picking it up,
Yeah.
or one of the HomePods. It's literally any device that I have. My watch will do it too.
Right.
So any device I have will do it.
Oh, Rifleman just answered one of the questions I had about the batteries for the little Apple tags. He said the
I'm
batteries
assuming that
replaceable.
they're not replaceable.
He said that. He said it is replaceable.
Oh, really? Oh, cool.
damn, how thick are these things?
Not super thick, actually.
They look pretty small. Okay, so Festi, that was actually something I was just researching recently. I've got a Harmony remote that I've had for like 11 years or something. I've had
20
it for
years.
a really long time. And I've been considering buying a new one because it's so old and it is so slow. Like it's fine when you're using it, but like if you put it like on the charger and then you pick it up, it's like probably 15 seconds before it wakes up, right? And if you power cycle it, like, because sometimes it just locks up, you pull the battery and put the battery back in, it's like 2 minutes. It takes forever to boot back up. And which is funny that you mentioned that, because I was looking at buying another one, and it looks like there's very few selections, and I wondered if they actually killed it. And two, what that also led me down is a vape related topic that made me think about it. So on the Harmony remotes, at least even these old ones that I have, I've got a touch screen, right? It's a lit touch screen, and you set up events or like bundles of commands, right? You hit one, and I point it at my TV. It turns my TV on with IR, and then you can point it anywhere, and it turns on my receiver, and it turns on my everything else, right? And it does that by radio, and it's awesome. Like it's such a useful thing. But in order to program it or set up those events or activities, I think they call them, you have to install a terrible piece of software that was written in like 92 or something, that's half web enabled and half not. It's clunky as shit, it's buggy as shit, but you go through and you select your hardware that you want to do.
You have to plug the
and then you
remote
plug it in. That's right. You plug it in and sync it, and hopefully it works. And it's like got this little log on the side that looks like, again, it looks like it's something out of the 90s.
At least you don't have to hold the remote up to your screen and watch the bars go.
That's right. They did that for a while.
God damn. I was talking about the old watch from the old watch.
Yeah.
I had a Timex that did that, where you just hold it up to the screen. And
I had one of those too. I'd forgot about it. I haven't thought about that in forever.
This shit right there.
So what that all brought me to, is funny that this is like three layers deep. This is something I was just thinking about. Is like that's the thing with the Harmony remote, right? And what made me think about it is this. And as much shit as the 75C got, what it made me think of is Evolve, a small, very small American company that's got a budget of a fraction of a percentage of Logitech, put out a piece of software that you can fully customize from the top to the bottom, to the navigation, to the things that are on here, to how they look, to how they function. True. Controlling power output of a vaping device. And whether or not it's clunky a little bit, okay, you're not wrong, but it really made me appreciate eScribe, which is a weird thing to say, but it really did. I haven't touched it in years at this point, and the only reason I'm using this is because my preferred mods have been in the shop for several months, but it still made me appreciate it. I think it's freaking cool that our community put out something so freaking highly customizable and badass like that. And
remember that there was a lot of beta testing on the menus, on the looks and all that.
It's a really good piece of tech for a tiny little company.
For a tiny little company, it was an amazing piece of tech. And Festi, I wasn't directing that at Festi, but he was a critic of the 75C because he likes the Dakotas one, and I get it, I understand. And I wasn't really directing that at you, but it is most of your criticisms are fair because eScribe's not terribly intuitive. It's a complicated piece of software. Using this can be complicated. You're not wrong at all. But if you step back a little bit and like think about what it is and what's done and where it came from, it just made me appreciate it this last week. Even though I haven't touched it in years, it's still kind of cool.
I was sitting here looking at the AirTag stuff, by the way, while you were telling your story, and I was like, they have this really nice like leather luggage tag.
Yeah.
You can get the Hermes luggage tag.
Yeah, but
how much is
$449?
But here's the thing. Don't put it on a fucking luggage tag. Hide that bitch inside of the luggage.
Yeah, just put it in the luggage.
So here's the
you
problem.
Flex when you post you're waiting for your luggage at the airport.
This is something that I was just reading though. Like, there's actually kind of a problem with that. And I'm assuming until you put it in lost mode. Because it's designed to discourage unwanted tracking.
Right.
Meaning if someone else's AirTag gets into your stuff, your iPhone will notice and tell you that there's another AirTag there. So like it's built to like let you know like, hey, if this thing is unpaired from its device, it'll tell somebody else like, hey, you have this thing. So like it's definitely not meant for like theft.
I'm so confused. Yeah. What do you mean it's not meant for theft?
It's not meant for theft because they're basically warning someone if your tag ends up away from you with somebody else. I'm assuming what they're trying to do, and like let's think about this for a second. Like you're talking about a $30 device, right?
Sure.
Go to a bar, stalker creepy person, drop one into a lady's purse.
It's good times.
Home.
Good times.
Like they're discouraging that. by
But
basically
what
popping
if
a
the
warning.
woman doesn't have an iPhone?
Then they're screwed. But I mean, I assume it's the same with the Tile. Let's be honest.
Right.
If they don't have the Tile app,
Okay, so if they have an iPhone and that gets strapped in their purse, what is it going to say?
once
This
it
is
is
Jason
like once
Bourne.
they're away from the other phone, they'll get an alert that says,
Gotcha.
"Hey, there's an AirTag detected
So
near
make sure
you."
you follow closely.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying?
So it's encouraging stalking.
Because what I was thinking, what
Christ.
was that? What I was thinking is I'm gonna just sit at the airport and just steal these off all the bags, take the batteries off, and then go have some fun. Put the batteries on and just be like in weird places, and then take the battery back out, so people will get a blip, and then it'll disappear. Dude,
Oh,
awesome geocaching!
Yeah, there you go.
Geocache with people's AirTags.
but so I don't know what'll. I assume the same thing will happen if you put it into like lost mode.
Mm.
Like my guess would be that it'll still notify the person if they have an Apple device, like, hey, there's an Apple device. But I'll be honest, until I read that whole like privacy thing there, I never really thought about the use case for people to use these to like literally stalk other
Yeah,
people.
no, I'd never really thought about that either. That's
And
You
that's
just
kind of
drop
a
it.
horrifying use case.
it is. You're not wrong. I really didn't think about it, using it like that. Jeez.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not thinking about using it that
Well,
way, but that
yeah.
use case scares
Just-
the shit out of me.
Just wait till they're able to see, because I think the white paper that I was reading about was about abusing the network, not the device.
Mm.
So you abuse the network, you can see every device that's around that iPhone,
Well, yeah,
know,
and I assume there's,
not
there's
just
something for that too.
not just these, just everything that network can see, which is
Yeah.
if you think that they can't see other Bluetooth stuff and wireless stuff, you kid yourself.
Mm.
I mean, they literally work off the Find My Device network. They see
Yeah.
everything around them. They have
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, I'm looking at they have a screenshot. It says battery life over a year, series support, accelerometer, Bluetooth, easy setup, personalization. It shows you how to take the battery out, water resistance, unwanted tracking alerts,
Yep.
NFC tap for lost mode, laser etch polished stainless steel, and then a bunch of funky leather tags.
Yeah, they're cool little devices. That's for sure.
I mean,
How long before somebody sticks one of these up their butthole?
Oh, it's gonna happen.
it's probably already happened. Let's be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
But I started
There's
thinking about
another
things.
There's another
Have
air
one-
tag in your butt.
have one that's like this and just put it in the butt.
But then there's other like non-creepy uses that are in that kind of similar vein. Like if you've got a kid and just chucking one in the trunk or whatever, right? Of your car,
Right.
you
Why are
lend
you
them your
keeping
car.
your kids in the trunk?
No.
I was
where they
thinking
keep-
more you
that's where-
put a necklace with
That's where
one
they
on
keep-
your
that's where they
kid.
keep them
Right.
in Texas. Here's my only problem with these things. They don't have a hole in them. So you have to have another fucking thing to
Yeah,
attach
you
it
have
to your
to buy
key.
like a key ring or something.
No, but even still, like you
Get
have
the
to
Hermes
put it
key
in
ring.
something to put it on a key ring.
Yeah.
It's gonna make it bigger. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
First off, fuck the Hermes
Right.
stuff,
Yeah.
because like all the Hermes stuff is minimum like $300.
Oh, I'm sure.
But like their basic like leather loop or leather key ring is like $30.
That's not so bad.
And there's a Belkin little strap holder for $12.95.
Okay,
So,
that's
like,
what
yeah,
I was
it
gonna
is
say. Surely
taking
there's like a cheapie, like just something to.
Yeah, there's two. There's a Belkin key ring holder and a Belkin holder strap that are $12.95, and I'm sure there'll be $1,000 ones on Amazon.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Nice.
China will get a hold of that in a minute, right? Just a
Well,
little.
I just found a 20 box for $15. Check out the link.
Link where
In chat.
in chat.
Zoom chat.
I mean, I'll probably honestly, I'll end up probably ordering a 4-pack because the 4-pack at $100 ain't too bad.
Not too shabby.
And I want to put one on my bike, and want to put one on my child,
Yeah.
and I want to put one on my luggage.
Man, I bet your tile is hurting.
Hmm.
I know Tyle's not particularly happy, but I also like I it's not like I'm going to blame them for making a competing product either.
Yeah.
No, I mean, Tile's pretty much had the corner on it for quite some time.
Yeah,
I'm sure they're butthurt that they no longer are the monopoly in that particular
pretty much.
area.
Yeah.
But maybe that'll force some competition. Hopefully, Apple doesn't buy them out or some bullshit, right? And go monopoly that way. That would be bad.
It's nice on the website. They actually show pictures of like people who put it on their bike. So that kind of makes me a little happy. It looks like I'm not the only person who was thinking about putting it on a bicycle. Like
For
they've
sure.
considered that option.
Especially said, how hard is it to cut the strap? I imagine the idea would be to conceal it somewhere, right? It doesn't
Well,
necessarily.
I'm probably gonna fix it up underneath my seat.
Right,
I was gonna say, I'm like half of Apple's user base are bike riding rent razors. So
right.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm probably gonna fix it up
razors.
underneath my seat. Also, that's somewhere that I can put it where, like, if it rains or something, even though it's water resistant, it's unlikely to get wet there.
Right. Right. All right, everybody. Thank you very much for coming out and joining us for a somewhat Apple-centric conversation tonight. I hope you guys have a great week, and come back and see us next week, where we will be talking about some other bullshit that's probably not vaping, because this is a lifestyle podcast now, and that's just the way things are.
who vapes
Have a good
anymore anyway?
night, everybody.
Y'all have a good night. Have a good week. We'll talk to you soon. Later.